20 December 2024, lesson 537. If you have to put, if you have, if you have, if you have to put in mental energy to be frustrated at a girl, you're actually frustrated at yourself for not being able to attract her. Yeah, this is actually a good one. The only reason you'd be frustrated at a girl is that she doesn't like you. Because if you don't like a girl, you don't really care about her, so there's nothing to be frustrated about. And if you like her and she reciprocates that, then you're not really frustrated. But frustration only occurs when there's a girl that you like and she doesn't like you. Accept it, absorb it, embrace that you like her, and embrace the fact that she's not into you. And that's how you get over that frustration. Lesson 538. If your goal is to marry a K-pop star, she has no idea who you are. So posting on Instagram, flexing the little you have with your current followers isn't going to get you any closer to the goal. It would actually waste your time and move you further away from your goal. So stop posting and lock in. If your goal is that really cool girl that is like famous, me posting on Instagram to the 6,000 followers I have is only gonna make me waste time, make me less focused from my goals, make it harder for me to be successful, and it's not going to move the needle. So if I want to date that K-pop star, I should just focus on my business, focus on what brings in money, focus on my health, and give up on very trivial things like posting on social media and letting people know that you exist and trying to flex. Do things that actually have value, like catch up with the right people, organize sort of get-togethers, focus on your health, run, get fit, focus on learning new things, reading. That's sort of what I should be focused on. I should not be thinking about posting on social media. I should not be thinking about flexing. I should not be thinking about buying something to impress people. Um, I should not be thinking about going out of my way to go to some festival. Um, I should just be locked in and focus on personal growth. Lesson 539. No's come from a place where they lack capacity to say yes. And this only applies if the no's comes from someone less successful than you. Because there's definitely people who are more successful than me and they say no just because the ROI they get from going to the thing I invited them to is lower than the other things they can say yes to. But for most people who aren't where you're at, the reason why my friends would say no to an early morning Friday run is because he currently doesn't have the capacity to fit that into his schedule. The reason why someone would not want to catch up with me one on one is because they don't have the capacity to, say, conversate with me one on one. Yeah. Lesson 540. When you realize that personal development can come from literally everything you do, folding clothes, washing dishes, showering, listening to music, everything. Like me doing this podcast, my posture, how calm and present I am, the way I'm speaking, my eye contact, my hand gesture, where my feet is placed. Like, yeah, personal development can literally come. when you're driving. So every single moment of your life, you can be more present, be more grateful, tap into the now. There's always room for personal development at every single second of your life, even sleeping. Lesson 504, 541. Work, work towards finding heaven on earth. Get to a point where you realize that, wow, like this is heaven. I'm in heaven. Like get to a point where work, it will take work. It's not easy. But realize that don't wait till you die to go to heaven. Like realize that you're in heaven right now at the very present moment. This is heaven. And you'll feel this sort of sustainable bliss. Lesson 542. You get triggered when your mum says something because your subconscious hears a slight truth. Your mum knows your subconscious more than you do. For example, like if my mum called me fat, I wouldn't care because me and my subconscious knows that that's not the case. But when my mum says, hey, you should sell your car because you're not making money, it hurts because she's triggering the subconscious thought of me that also lacks belief in me and lacks the belief that, yeah, what if I do bleed out and I can't make this work and I'm not as good as I think I am? That is why that comment triggers me. So all those comments that your mum makes that triggers you, that's because your subconscious thinks the same. And usually mothers are pretty in line with your subconscious. My mum watched me grow for the last 25 years. So she probably knows my subconscious pretty well. Lesson 543. Admitting to yourself that you're angry will make you less angry. Admitting to yourself that you're jealous will make you less jealous. Admitting to yourself that you like this girl will make you like this girl less. Admitting to yourself that you want a friend's time and energy will make you want that friend's time and energy less. Admitting to yourself that you're frustrated that you don't feel seen by your friend will make you less frustrated that you don't feel seen by your friend. So all the things that you're feeling, embrace it, admit it, accept it. Like, like accept that this morning was a bit mediocre because like I caught up with my university friends and it's like a bit of small talk. I don't really feel seen. And that makes me feel a bit invisible. Yeah. And just accepting that now and absorbing and embracing that makes me feel less invisible. Lesson 544. Rejection only works because you like that person. Once you've accepted that you like them, only then can you truly see the flaws within them. Until then, you're always going to be putting them on a pedestal. So, for example, there was a friend I wanted to hang out with one-on-one, but she didn't want to hang out one-on-one and she invited a friend along. And I think that frustrated me because I wanted to spend one-on-one time with her. I wanted to get deep. I wanted her to be fascinated in the things I've been thinking about and have that type of interaction. And I was frustrated that that would now most likely not happen with the extra friend there. Once I've accepted that and really embraced that, now I'm like, I'm pretty keen for hanging out with her, her friend, and like I'm keen for the three-way setup. I'm keen for like a more like there's more people around the bonfire. Like I've already let that go, and I could only let it go once I've admitted that I wanted her one-on-one time and really embrace it. But it's hard to admit it to yourself because it seems a bit needy. It feels a bit insecure. It feels a bit like too much wanting and chasing. But you gotta, I am need. I do want these things. And once you accept it, then can you then process it and let it go? Lesson 545. A girl won't want to hang out with you one on one for only one of two reasons. One, she just doesn't like you. Or two, there's a possibility that they'll like you and they don't want that. There's no other reasons why a girl wouldn't want to hang out with you. Either she doesn't like you or she's, for whatever reason, whether it's, she's in a relationship or she is racist and she wants to date someone that's her nationality, or because of how, because of the past you she's known, she's not attracted to past you, but she's scared that she might get attracted to the new you. And she doesn't want that because she still sees you as that past you. Just like how if there's like an old crappy car that's been renewed, changed, modified, upgraded, you might not want that car because you know its original state and you'd rather get a new car. Lesson 546. Start seeing your knowledge and stories as value that people have to earn. It's a good thing that people aren't curious enough to dig. It's a good thing that people won't push to hang out with you one on one to get that side of you. It means that you can save the value for those who deserve it. Start seeing your energy, your value, your knowledge as something that people have to earn. Don't just give it out willy-nilly. Lesson 547. Observing couples third wheeling would teach you how to be a better boyfriend or girlfriend. Pretty simple. Watch the couple, see things that make you uncomfortable. Like when I see couples bicker, when I see couples tease each other, when I see couples, like when I see a boyfriend like put down the girlfriend, like all these things make me ick. And now I know to not do that when I'm in a relationship. Lesson 548. For every girl that likes you, oh, lesson 548. For every girl that likes you, but you reject, there'll be a girl that you like that rejects you. Life is yin and yang. Now, I don't know how true is this. Like, as I keep growing, as I become like a better person, I'm starting to get more girls that are interested in me, and I'm politely not rejecting, but I'm politely not doing anything about it. But the same thing, I've been meeting a lot of amazing girls, and I can tell that they're not interested in me. And it feels like there's a yin and yang there going. Because you would think that as you grow and as you become a better version of yourself, that you're just going to have more people that like you and less people that don't like you. The thing is, as I'm growing, I'm meeting more and more high quality, not high value, I don't like the term high value women, but more cooler girls, like educated, smart, funny, um, healthy, self-aware girls. So I'm tapping into a new sort of tier, and I guess that's never going to stop. There's so many people in the world, and at every single tier, there's going to be a big pocket of people. And as I keep growing, as I tap into that next pocket and tier of people, I'm going to be hit with a lot of disinterest just because I'm a newcomer. I've only reached that level, and I'll start attracting people that are in the tier that I just left. And I guess there's a yin yang. There's always going to be equal amount. And the people who are far above and far below, they're not going to even be my peripheral. But technically, I guess on a broader scale, as you keep growing, you become attracted to more and more people, and you'll be able to start, there'll be less and less people for you to convert as you go up the ladder. But then the people that are at the top of the ladder, they're worth like a girl that's like a 9 out of 10 is worth 26 out of 10s. So I guess there's the yin and yang. For every one 9 out of 10 girl that rejects you, there'll be 26 out of 10s that you don't even consider. Lesson 549. If you see the average person as an option, you will fall in love with the first above average person you meet. If you see the average person as not an option, impressive people now become the bare minimum, not the goal. Like I think if you opened your mind up to dating just like the everyday average person, when you meet someone that's above average, you'll become head over heels and you'd want to like secure that person. So you're basically setting the bar low. And when you set the bar low, it's hard to reach for the moon. But if you set the bar really high, if you fall short, that's still better than setting the bar low and going above it. Lesson 550. Most people settle for the budget version of what they want. Be patient, work a bit longer, and get what you actually want. Yeah. When it comes to people, items you want to buy, cars, watches, gym, doctor, pay a bit more, be patient, and get the better option because it usually pays off and it usually pays dividends. I've always gone out of my league, and usually I would go out of my league and get the base model. Like for example, my G Wagon is just the base G G350 G Wagon. But getting that at 19 is pretty dope. So yeah, that's a good rule to live by. Lesson 551. It's a good thing that people don't care to know what's going on in your life. You know, when my friend told me that he was doing an ultra marathon, that night I went on an intense interval training run in the rain. So keep tapped into what others are up to, as that prevents you from being complacent. And due to their lack of interest, they won't be able to feed off your progress until it's too late and it's seen by the world. So see, it's a good thing that you care to know what's happening in other people's life and it isn't really reciprocated because that's sort of why you're more successful because you're able to feed off and absorb other people's knowledge and it creates this sort of one-way thing where you're just constantly receiving, 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 and you don't have to give anything. So that's a positive reframe on if you feel like you're constantly caring about what others are up to and they don't care about you. It's actually a good thing, and that's the person you should be worried about. But yeah, see it as a good thing. Absorb everyone's value and knowledge and use that to fill your life. Lesson 552. Every day, everyday girls are now looking up to these K-pop stars and supermodels. And these K-pop star supermodels are bagging billionaires. And as a role model to these everyday girls, this is setting the standard. So now everyday girls strive to bag a billionaire themselves. So if you're not an exceptional guy, you're basically fucked. Yeah, this like realization was like, damn, I need to work harder. The standards of high quality girls have just, their standards have gone up through the roof. They believe and they probably can bag a millionaire. They have access to that now, thanks to social media. So work harder. But I think on the good side of things, I don't know, is there less competition as a man or is there more competition? There might be more, to be honest. Like the fact that girl standards have gone up, it's forced guys to level up. So now you're competing with a bunch of guys that are leveling up. Like girls are like into personal development now. They're reading books. They're getting smart. They're getting into stoicism, philosophy. So as a guy, if that's not your bare minimum and default to be reading every day, you're fucked. So use that as a fuel to like to push you to keep on top of things, to keep growing and keep running, um, and keep trying to be the best version of yourself. Because that's just how you keep up. And to get ahead of the curve, you're gonna have to work even harder. So wake up, lock in, keep grinding. But yeah, that's today's episode, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.